I got a question from a young lady named Jane in Estero, and she says, what debts can I exclude or not include in a bankruptcy? And I really want to address this because it's something that I don't think of, but a lot of people do. A lot of people think that you can just pick and choose which debts go into a bankruptcy. You can't. If you owe anybody $1, it goes into the bankruptcy. That creditor has a right to be notified that you filed bankruptcy. So I think it's really important that everybody gets that right off the bat. Everything goes in. But even though debts are discharged, let's say you want to keep your house and you want to keep your car. Well, then those debts, they're not wiped out. What happens is the liens survive. Those are secured creditors. When a lien survives, it means that the creditor, if not paid, can take the collateral back. So think about a car. You file bankruptcy, you just bought a brand new car. You bought a Toyota. You have a 2012 Toyota, you file bankruptcy. The debt doesn't get wiped out and you get to keep the car for free. That's not the way it works. What happens is the lien, meaning the security interest on that vehicle, survives the bankruptcy. If you want to keep that car and keep paying on it, there's no problem with that. You can do that. What'll happen is you'll help rebuild your credit after the bankruptcy, and you're keeping the collateral moving on with your life. But unsecured creditors, like credit cards, medical bills, store cards, gas cards, they all have to go into the bankruptcy if you owe them any money. If you have a Sears card and you don't owe them any money, you haven't owed them any money for a year, I don't even list that creditor because there's no debt involved in that case. Now, what's the harm to the creditor? Well, there's no creditor there because it's just an open line of credit. You may have 100 store cards, open lines of credit, and no debt. If you file bankruptcy, do you have to list them? No. But if you have a Visa card with $100 on it and you're signing the bankruptcy paperwork, you better list that Visa card because you're signing the papers under penalties of perjury that you are listing all of your creditors. But if you paid that Visa off 2 weeks ago, then I have no problem not listing the Visa. But if you're telling me you owe them $100, it's going in there. Personally, I think, why keep the Visa card anyway? Why keep any of these cards? All these stores still take cash. Cash still works in society, folks, and I don't want people to forget that. I like using cash because that's the only way you're truly going to pay what this thing is worth. If I'm paying $5 for something, I'm not going to put it on a Visa card and pay interest on that $5. To me, that's silly.